Wakulima, ongezeni kilimo.
Hatutaki tena njaa irudi Kenya.
Wakulima, ongezeni kilimo.
Ni aibu Kenya kuomba ng'ambo.
When he left formal employment mid last year, Jeremiah Kinyanjui already knew what he wanted to do to fend for his family.
That was my hobby. I was interested with poultry farming since I was just doing them before doing the like 100 or 200. After leaving employment, I decided to go to do the poultry farming at large scale. So I went to Kenchik. I bought 900 birds.
It was the beginning of now what he terms as a lucrative venture.
I've done my research. I have a good friend who deals with the eggs. He supplies them. And we had an agreement when they are ready, he'll be coming to pick them on a weekly basis.
Layer chicks are fed without limitation, both day and night. But when they are 4 months old, the feeding reduces to twice a day. Kinyanjui spends about 4,000 shillings daily on feeding 1,000 chicken.
Like in a day, they take 1.5 bags, yes, on daily basis. We buy from the suppliers. We don't make them for ourselves, because we want us to have a good product. Yes, they feed well, because when you feed them well, you expect good results.
If the bird finishes the feed, maybe in the evening, the next feed will be in the next morning.
The water supply in this structure is automated.
When you are doing poultry, you must be very sure with water. You make sure the flow of water is 24/7 because they consume a lot of water more than food. And water is what makes them build.
Debeaking of layers must be done when they are 8 weeks old for a number of reasons.
It prevents cannibalism because these birds, when they are not debeaked, they will eat each other and they cause injuries. So they won't be proper growth. Secondly, it prevents egg eating. So you see, a farmer will undergo losses when the eggs are eaten by the birds. And then that, it helps in proper feeding. There is no wastage of feeds once it's debeaked. It prevents fighting and aggressiveness in the poultry house.
Besides protective measures like having a disinfectant dip at the entrance of a poultry house, a farmer is advised to have a vaccination plan.
The birds are very sensitive, so you make sure the environment is very clean. It's up to a standard. Because if they get anything from outside, they might happen to have a disease and they die all at the same time.
Layers are vaccinated from the first week. Of course, when they are hatched from the hatcheries, they are vaccinated with a vaccine known as Marex vaccine. And then on the first week, there is another vaccine which should be given. This house, it should have proper ventilation. That's the first thing, because the ventilation will help in removing harmful gases and bringing in oxygen. So if there is no proper ventilation, these birds will get sick from respiratory infections.
It is, however, not just diseases that can kill layers. These ones get startled by an abrupt noise, leading to stress and eventually death.
When they hear funny sound from outside or they see a strange person, they go to stress automatically. They scare so many things at the same time. And they land at one corner, they can hang at one another, and they die like 100. So you must be very careful and watchful at the same time. It's only me or my wife that get inside here. And I'm always like 24/7. I'm around. If I hear anything strange, they make funny noise, I come running.
It is also important to have litter on the floor, which is usually wood shavings that are replaced often.
It helps in insulation. And then another thing, it helps prevent it from injuries, because sometimes the bird get blisters on the breast muscle, on the muscles. So the litter will help it. Another thing is that the litter will help in absorbing moisture, excess moisture in the poultry house.
These layers have 2 more weeks before they start laying, but where layers can be lucrative, the influx of cheaper eggs from neighboring Uganda is a major threat.
There is a presence of brokers. Brokers buy eggs at a cheaper price from farmers, and then they sell it at exorbitant prices. So the farmer is the one who get losses.
Kinyanjui plans to add 1,200 layers later this month to bring the total to 2,000. Enhancing food security is key in the Big Four agenda, and with poultry farming becoming more popular, reducing the cost of feed, it's a measure farmers hope the government will consider. Ruth Mutegi for Farm Talk.
Wakulima, ongezeni kilimo.
Hatutaki tena njaa irudi Kenya.
Wakulima, ongezeni kilimo.